Hey, what's happening, everybody? I am Matt Pruitt. Welcome to Everyday People Doing Everyday Shit, the podcast here on whatever podcast app you enjoy, as well as streaming live on YouTube. Sitting here with the one and only Phoebe Pruitt, sitting right over there in the corner. How you be over there?
Swell. How are you?
I'm unbelievable. Granted, whatever the live chat is saying right now, please disregard. I am not with my Asian wife again. Let's go ahead and get that clear.
John
now.
is talking shit tonight. He's calling me special, and now he bringing up your Asian wife.
That's pretty funny. Pretty funny. But yeah, thank y'all for being here on whatever podcast app you use. And if you're watching live on YouTube right now or watching the YouTube rerun, please hit the thumbs up / like button or whatever it is on there. And also hit the subscribe button. I truly appreciate that. It got up to 4,999 again yesterday. And then when I look right now, my subscribers are 4,996. I don't get it, but put me over 5K, y'all. I appreciate it. Please and thank you. Again, this is the show where we just sit around and just talk about whatever the heck is on our brains, everyday life, if you will. Good stuff, bad stuff, random stuff, broken English, broken Spanish, all that good old stuff. And we also try to catch you up on some of the stuff that's been going on in our personal lives here and there, too. I've had things going on. She's not had anything going on, apparently, because she just sits over there shaking her head like, nope, not a thing.
It's unfortunate, and it shows. Like, the only thing I've got going on is shows. Food.
Really? That's it?
That's
wow.
what I've had going on is food. Eating a lot of food. Delicious food, but food, and it shows. Other than that, no, I'm not doing much. Seen some good plays.
Okay.
I was very surprised.
What plays have you seen?
Last week when you were, I don't know what you were doing, but I went to see the Rocky Horror Show, and at the JC they did it, and it's pretty. I've tried to watch it at home, the movie at home.
Yeah.
And I've fallen asleep twice when I did that. But in the play, watching my friends, I was not going to sleep. I didn't get bored. I didn't want to leave early or any of that.
Yeah.
And it was really good. It's the transgender community stuff. It was really, actually, just all of it. Everybody. Not just trans, but trans, aliens, straight people.
The movie is about transgender, or is just those were the players?
No, it is about transgender, basically, and it's got a little flair of Frankenstein in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to watch it. I can't. I'm not getting ready to try to describe it. It was good.
Okay, so
pretty raunchy.
2 questions. First question is, when did you go see it? Because you were trying to figure out what I was doing. That would help me figure out where I was and what I was doing. Far as when you went, you don't know.
Did I go Friday?
Friday? Okay, then if it was Friday, that means I was shooting a ball game.
Yeah.
So.
And then it was raining. There it is.
it came to her. All right.
Yeah,
all right.
It was raining that night. I remember now. Because you did shoot for a little bit.
Yeah, it was, it rained like crazy that night.
Yeah.
That was, because I wasn't very happy.
No.
Not at all. Because it's one of those things where I love shooting. And I still have a lot of love for our son's former high school, Rancho Cotati. But when people are asking for pictures and stuff like that, it's never any of those parents. And the ones that do ask for pictures that are parents over there, they don't want to pay nothing. So I'm like, dude, I'm not getting anything out of this. My child ain't playing anymore. Our child ain't playing anymore. So I'm not really getting anything out of it, but I do enjoy shooting, and I do enjoy being there because the team, they recognize me, and I want to show them some support. The coaches know I'm out there, and I want to show them some support. But man, it's been hard to watch them because they're not as good this year. And then that rain didn't help. And then when I thought about the fact that I'm out there with my thousands of dollars worth of equipment in the rain, I'm not getting any return on it. I was like, yeah, I'm out. You know? And that's selfish. I get it, but that's also a business decision too. So yeah, that's just how it be. What I'm doing now is I'm trying to brighten up that camera just a touch, the folks watching. So it's going to get really bright for a second. There we go. And now I'm going to make it a touch darker. There. Now, see, that's much better. Sorry, I was having an OCD and an ADD moment.
It's okay.
Right then and there.
It's okay.
Okay, second question. So we figured out when it was. Is this a musical?
Yes.
That's why. Yeah. I still don't have any desire to see musicals. This
is more of a talking musical. Okay. It's not a lot of singing, like songs. Like I can't describe it.
It's because I was getting ready to ask you, describe a talking musical.
You heard some of the music one night when I fell asleep watching it.
Well, that's the thing.
You got up and you were like, what are you watching?
But that's the thing. What I heard was a musical. When I was in the living room and you were in the bedroom watching the TV, and I could hear you blasting it or whatever, and I heard a musical.
It's a musical. I guess maybe because I was interested. Mm-hmm. Because looking at it and knowing when it first came out long time ago, like when you didn't talk about gay, trans, none of that stuff. It was like underworld kind of thing. And
right.
So
and that's fascinating.
Yeah, it is fascinating. And then all of the costuming that Colleen designed. Yeah. And who's Colleen? She's the design lead over there at the JC person. She's
that's it.
Professor. She everything. Okay, I mean, she's a lot. She's like world renowned.
That's what I was hinting at, but you just I'm trying to get you to talk it out.
Yeah, she's amazing. She designs clothes. I mean, she's known. And they've been getting a lot of good reviews from Oakland, and just really nice. It's you have to look up the articles.
Well, what's the next thing happening over there?
I think Spelling Bee. It's another musical. And then Rumors. I don't know what any of those are about.
Okay, so every time I've heard you mention something being played in the theater there, it's been musicals. Is that all they do?
No, Clue was in the musical.
Oh, I don't remember Clue.
I worked in Clue. I was a student there during Clue because I worked in costuming.
Oh, I do remember that now. But that was another one of those things, at least as far as how my brain works. She ain't in it. I'm not worried about it.
I was just in a ginormous Shakespeare thing. We didn't sing not one time.
That's true. They didn't sing in that one. Okay. But it seems like everything else that you've been talking about has been musicals.
In general. Period theater is just musicals. It's a lot of musicals in theater. Okay. That's why I don't think I'm going to be able to get around it. Because I got to get some practice in, and I'm not able to get any practice. Like,
Do you care to share some details on this last project?
This last project was horrible.
Because I don't think you've spoken about it publicly.
Well, so back in the day, whenever I auditioned for the for the role of Chris and POTUS, it was in July. We were moving in June.
Yeah, it was in the summer. That's good enough. Close enough. It was the summertime.
It took them, I don't know how long to just get back to us, to let us know that they were going to get back to us. And then when they gave us that date, it was like, we'll let you know by the 15th of August. The 15th of August comes around. I have other people in the play the night before asking me if I got a call back, if I'd heard anything. And I'm like, I haven't heard anything. And they were like, well, just wait till tomorrow when we find out, when we're supposed to all find out.
Right.
She knew, but so I waited till tomorrow. Nothing. 3 weeks later, I decided, I'm not going to be in the play because I never heard anything from anyone. Hadn't heard anything. Yes, no.
It had been 3 weeks. So
yeah, so I let it go. But
shout out to Joe T joining us in the chat. Thank you for being here.
Hi. And then they come back and say that, I'm going to be understudy for this role of Chris with 2 guaranteed performances.
Yep, I remember that. That was big. That was You're on in sports terms, you're on the bench, but you're going to be playing at such and such time in the game because we're going to need you.
Yeah, that's where I was big. And then I would be able to learn too, because I haven't done any community theater like that. I've only done theater at the college. So that was in August. We don't hear anything till our first read through. We finally get it's funny, I'm looking at this rehearsal schedule. We get this rehearsal schedule.
Yeah, that
says we're going to have.
I brought it up because it sounds like that's still sitting over here.
Week 1, Monday, October 21st. We're going to, from 6:30 to 9:30, we're going to have our first read through.
Yeah.
So I'll show up for the first read through. They didn't tell us where it was going to be, so I went to the wrong place, but there was someone at that place that took me over to the correct place. I get there, only 7 chairs are set up, but there's only 7 people in the play.
Mm-hmm.
It's 7 chairs set up.
So there was
3 other ones like for the stage managers or what have you. So I was like,
so nothing for the backups or
no.
Under.
So they go and get tables so that everybody can sit around the table, and they bring in some more chairs. And then the director, stage manager, I don't know, they started handing out the scripts to everyone except me and 2 other people. They were understudies. There's only 3 understudies total for the 7 parts. I don't know why that is. That was kind of weird that happened, but whatever. So they say, we don't have scripts for you all, understudies. So we didn't get those printed out and we don't have them, but they were handing out the books, the actual books to the other people that are in the play or whatever.
The starting lineup. So we sat there and just listened to them read through. After the play was over, the director calls the understudies over to her after and says that... And hilarity resumed.
No, she's not even excited about it. It was like... So we're just letting you know that you all don't have to be here if you don't want to. Like, you don't have to come all the time. You can get notes from us if you want to, but you can pretty much choose your own schedule as to when you want to come to rehearsals.
That is hilarious. So basically, I'm on the squad, but I don't have to come to practice because
And you
I
ain't
may
even
not need to
giving
know
me
the
no
plays
book
and
to work with.
but come game day, I still better be ready, huh? Yeah.
So I'm looking sideways, but before I could say something, I'm so glad that one of the white girls said something. I'm sorry, I wanted them to be one of the ones to say something.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking like, how much sense does that make? So the one girl said, so with that, does that mean we still have our guaranteed performances?
Right.
And she was like, director, well, let me get back to you on that. I'm going to talk with the stage manager because we have to know how we're going to put it in our, I never know the word for it.
Yeah, that's just a no, in other words.
Well, we're going to put it in our bulletin, what's the other word for bulletin? It's not a bulletin.
The flyer?
Flyer. The night program.
Oh, the program? Okay.
Yes. Ding, 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 ding. Program.
Red flag, says John Helm. That is correct. Red flag.
So she said, we have to know what to put in our program because we don't want people to not want to come to the play when it's just the understudies.
Oh boy, this.
And I said, or maybe they want to come to the play that night because
someone
it's the
is
understudies. So, and she was like,
geez.
yes, or that. I was like, let me get with the stage manager and talk with her and see if they're still going to have those guaranteed performances and get back to you. I'm done.
Was this her first time on the job? That's what
No. They didn't need us. I don't know what that was for. It's like, did you want to not? Because you could have left it alone after the 3 weeks of not getting back to me. I'm going to speak for myself because I don't know what happened with the other ones. And then even before that, there was one lady who is on the board or whatever, and she's also in the play, one of the lead people. She stayed up there and gave us a whole speech as to why she didn't communicate, and she's apologizing for the non-communication. But if we had she was basically on the defense about her lack of communication because she knew. She was like, I've heard that people have had a problem with the lack of communication. Well, well, I did this. We were in this play. We had this going on, and we opened up here. I sprained my leg.
I don't give a damn about all of your excuses.
At the end of the day, we didn't know what was going on, so I could have been left well alone thinking that I wasn't in it when they didn't get back to me until 3 weeks after the date of everybody else getting called back. I was good. I mean, I hate that they didn't tell me one way or the other.
Yeah.
They just left me out there hanging.
Yeah.
And then this is the other part that's ridiculous and just bullshit is when I sent the email to them to tell them, after last night's read through, this is it's not a good fit for me. I'm not the good person or fit or whatever bullshit I said in there. Probably used AI to help me say it right. I don't know. But this heifer gonna respond.
Oh, you called her a heifer,
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said heifer. I shouldn't have said heifer.
Go ahead
it's
now.
Just automatic.
This heifer.
I totally understand. Thank you so much for being honest.
Oh, lies.
But what do you understand, though? That's what I wanted to reply. What exactly do you understand? Because all I said was I'm not a good fit. But what are you saying that you understand? Are you understanding that I'm not a good fit? Is that what you wanted? I'm just...
It's a couple things.
But I couldn't go back into that because it would have been this defensive Phoebe, why? What do you understand exactly? I want to know what you understand, because you're saying you understand and thank me for my honesty. But what do you understand? That you didn't communicate? That nobody talked to me? You waited 3 weeks after?
That's one of
give me
those, I apologize, and they don't even know what they're apologizing for. They just do it to keep people from saying, hey, they didn't even apologize, you know. Yeah, there's a couple things going on there. First, the lack of organization there. That's the first thing.
I'm reading his comments.
And his comments are funny. Queen is on a run. Let me get my popcorn. Hold on. This dude. But no, it was a lot of the problems. It's not organized. Number one, it's called a production for a reason. And there's usually a producer in a production. So a producer is responsible for handling a lot of the communications and essentially herding all of the cats. That's what a producer is going to do. Producer's going to get everybody on the same page at the same time in the same location when they're supposed to be there, and not anytime sooner or later. Mm-hmm. You know,
and I don't feel bad about demanding communication, demanding organization, because I think that if you're in this industry and you chose to do that, that's your job.
Yep.
And in another play in April of next year, and that director or whoever, I don't even know what his role is in the play, but he has been communicating with us. Yeah. When he gets an updated character list, he sends an email. He keeps us updated, and that I appreciate that. Yeah. So there are people out there that actually do that. So that lets me know that that's the way it's supposed to be, and that's all I know is a little bit of more organization. I'm not used to this, and I'm busy, and I couldn't talk to you about it because I was too busy.
See that right
I'm
there.
doing too much, and I hurt myself, and I have all of this. Yeah,
that right there.
That's not my problem.
I don't care if it's a play or whatever. Just but if this is some sort of, if there's some sort of role that you're supposed to play as a leader or organizer, and everybody is dependent on you, I don't need to hear your sob stories. I don't need to hear your excuses. I don't need to hear I was stressed out. Just either you can do the job or you can't. You know, and don't come to me with we've been so busy. Oh, that's just loser talk, and I don't want to hear it. Give me the person that's ready to get out there and dominate this shit.
Yeah,
you know, that's who I want to roll with, man.
So that was all I had. I don't have nothing.
Who herds the cat herder? Exactly. Yeah, whoever herds the cat herder is usually the person that's got the money, the investor. And yeah, if I have to herd a cat herder, I'm firing them. That's just me. But apparently, I am a harsh person when it comes to organizing stuff or what have you. I hate that all of that went down for you. Because that was just another opportunity to get some more experience going, some more stuff on the resume, and you know, because all of that is going to be good for you, you know. But it wasn't worth that bullshit. That's just it ain't.
No, it was too many red flags. Yeah. Like you said, it was too many, and it started early on. Well, you can't even communicate whether I made the cut or not.
Yeah. It's just an email. Kills me, dude.
Exactly.
We are going to pause for a quick break here momentarily. I'm going to take a couple breaks because my ad revenue has been going down, and I found out why it was going down. It's because I'm not taking enough quick breaks. So we'll try, you know, when we do these shows for about an hour or so, we're going to take 4 little breaks, just really, really, really quick breaks. But this time I'm doing something different before the break. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do at least at the beginning of the month, and that is give a shout out to our one and only folks in Patreon, our Patreon community. Big old thank you to all of our paid Patreon communities. We really do appreciate you To join our Patreon, you go to antpruitt.com/Patreon. Whoops, that's the wrong button. But yeah, and last week or week before last, I saw a couple people that moved up from the free tier to the paid tier. So thank you. Thank you very much. Matt Bua Kananti, Ed Ingber, Kelvin, Alvin Brock, Joe Esposito, Catherine Killebrew, Sean Powers, Dr. Drew, Tanya Wyman, Mike Claypool, Michelle Thomas, Finn, Jeff Maraschini, Rich Breslin, DHP, Joe Catskill, Poojan Wag, Matt Wilgo, Daily Tech News Show. Thank you, folks, man. Y'all good people over there. Logan, Jason Heiner, my man, thank you so much. John Helm, Rich Hakala, LWHS, James Mitchell, Malika Brown, who's been hilarious and very, very active in our community chats. Thank you, Miss Malika. Lee Janine, good old niece. Tech Dino, love you, ma'am. Thank you. And also, Leo Laporte supports us.
Muchas gracias.
So, thank you, folks, very, very much for being a part of the Patreon community and
thank you
joining us over there. So now we're going to pause, for a couple seconds for a little ad break, because inside of Patreon, you don't get any of these ads. So we'll be right back as she walks away from the mic. And we're back. This is Everyday People Doing Everyday Shit on whatever podcast app you enjoy, as well as on YouTube. Thank y'all for being here. Coming back from our little short break, someone walked off and looks like they're doing some teeth management with all of the fences and braces in their mouth. I do not envy you and them daggum braces, and I got a hunch you'll never do that crap again.
Nope. I will not. I will wear my retainer like I'm supposed to until I don't have to no more.
Jeez, I'm looking forward to you getting them daggum things off, because I'm tired.
This is not a good angle for me. I need the camera to come. Yeah, this is a better angle.
As if you're going to look into the camera. First off, let's have you move your mic to yourself too. Let's start with that.
This is not a good angle. This one is my better side over here.
Oh, okay. Well, how about this? In the next break, we'll make camera adjustments. But right now, because you had pre-show time to go through all that, I'm not fooling with you.
Biscuit. Somebody speaking to you.
Somebody was speaking to Biscuit in our chat. What was I going to get into? So pre-show, you were talking about what I got going on here as my attire as I sit here with one of my sports jackets on. And Mr. John Helm in the chat mentioned it too. There's a story behind that, and it's not really a story. It's not, I promise. So started the new gig last week. Today, as of recording, what is this, day 4 for me over there? And it is different, but yet the same. Is very, very similar to the stuff that I used to do back in the days at the company that I worked for the longest in my professional career, on a smaller scale. And what I have to do in it from a role standpoint is basically just try to help out where I can. Mm-hmm. Help out where I can, and also help us get some more clients. And when the salespeople bring someone on, I'm going to be there to welcome said client and hold their hand for a few minutes and that kind of thing, and just be the charismatic Aunt Pruitt that you all know and love. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's part of it. But then because of my other experience, I can plug in and help out in other shit. If we need some help with figuring out some numbers and looking at data, I got you. If we need some help with, hooking up some computers, and yeah, sure, I got you. So that's the thing. But I know that mostly my role is going to be a client facing, if you will, and it's a professional environment. So I show up to work in my business professional attire. I am overdressed most days, And this is coming from the guy that wears sweatshirts and sweatpants every daggum day. You know, so my business casual attire in my eyes is not all that. You know, I wear khakis and a golf shirt, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But the blazer is the story, right? Well, it's been a little cold here these last couple of mornings. Mm-hmm. Since the move, I have no idea where my dadgum coat is. So I just grab a hanger that's got one of these sports coats on and put them on. That's it. That's
you
the story.
talking about your coat?
Yeah.
The black coat?
Yeah, my black coat. It's probably in that closet somewhere, but it's really easy for me to just grab one of these things off the hanger and throw it on.
God.
What? Because
you don't need to be wearing that coat.
Why not? What's wrong with that coat?
Business.
Well, no, I'm not gonna wear that coat in a professional setting. That is a utility coat. That's all it. That coat has a job, keep me warm. That's all it's there for. I don't care what it looks like. And right now, this blazer
is keeping you warm.
It has a job to keep me warm. That's it. I didn't care. It looked like it ain't got a match.
Yeah,
you know.
But it looks better keeping you warm than your coat.
That
coat.
It's funny.
His mom knows about that coat too.
It's funny when I walk in the office and, you know, I could just see that, yeah, it's a professional environment, but they're very, very casual about everything. You know, I can remember reading in the handbook something along the lines of, yeah, just look nice and don't be an idiot. Put shoes on. You know, it's something like that was in there. They needed to make it clear. Put some shoes on. Every now and then we have clients show up here, so put shoes on, people.
Good.
But it's really small. I'm still digging it. My only problem that I have, and it is not with them, it's with me. Okay. I'm looking through, John Helm says, must wear pants. Yes, they said that too, must wear pants. The problem I have is not with the company. The problem I have is with myself. With the role that I'm in and with my background, as I'm going through my training process and trying to learn this platform and all the ins and outs and what this person does versus what that person does and how it all works together and all that good stuff, my brain will start to wander into a deeper realm of that stuff. You know, so for example, let's say the city of Santa Rosa wanted to install a new stoplight over here. Okay, so they're going to get some guys up there and they'll put the stoplight in. Wow, this stoplight is nice. My brain says, okay, where did they get the stoplights from? That doesn't matter. But my brain is like, okay, well, where did they get those stoplights from? And then my brain says, how much were those things? Could they have gotten them a little cheaper if they bought another couple hundred more and saved 30%? That's how my brain is going. Because all I'm thinking about is, how does this thing work and how can I make it work better? And how can I make it save money? You know, okay. So I'll think through the programming and stuff like that that's going on. You know, well, when the client clicks on this, it's going to give them this report. So I'll see the report and then I'm thinking, okay, what's the database look like? All right. So if they need to update it, can I just go in there and just write a script to update it on the back end? All kind of stuff that I don't even need to be thinking about. You know,
so what you gonna do about it?
It's gonna be
back to Hoffman.
No, go back to Hoffman. Hoffman is hiring, by the way. No, it's just I need to, as I told one of my new coworkers, I need to dial it back. One of my coworkers is the IT guy, and yeah, that's the thing. I'm not the IT guy, not at all. Mm-hmm. But I could do it, but I'm not the IT guy. So I'm talking to the IT guy and telling him, yeah, I'm struggling because I need to just dial it back. Literally on my head, just dial it back. So I'm stop thinking too far into things. And there was a time or three where he and I were having conversations and I could see him looking at me like, dude, stop. None of that matters right now.
Wow. Maybe if you literally put your hand up to your head and do this motion.
Do that motion. That's a new GIF right there.
Just do that motion, dial it back, dial it back.
I don't know. But I'm going to work through it. It is, I don't think it's a bad thing, but it's bad as in it's not helping.
At least I know where Jacob get it
You
from.
know, no, that's overthinking is one thing.
It's the same thing. It's in the same category. It's in the same category, same family, same all of that. If you are going deeper, but what is going on is already working, and that's not something that you've been asked to do, to go in here and change up this. And
Well, no,
change,
but see that's the thing.
If you can make this better or that better, if
and
it's
that's
okay.
the thing. It's not a matter of me trying to fix something. That's not my thought process. Is I'm trying to fix something. Not in this scenario.
Still, I know where Jacob get it from.
But in the scenario, I just see, because I know with business, especially nowadays, this stuff has just been heightened as far as what the bottom line of a business is, you know, what their profits are. And I mean, if you work in a restaurant and in the back there in the kitchen, they got cans of whatever that they dump into a pot to cook and whatever and serve it. I've seen this. And I've had a problem with it. I'm not going to say the restaurant, but you know the restaurant that I worked in. But they dumped the pot of sauce, dumped the can of sauce into the pot to start cooking it and doing whatever they do to it. And they throw the can away. And I'm looking in that can, and there's still sauce in that can. And I'm like, you wasting a couple spoonfuls right there.
Now, you used to get on me about the Kool-Aid paper when I used to put the water in the Kool-Aid packet to get the rest of the Kool-Aid out of there. Like everybody does.
All right. Yes. Now, I did, and I can... Let me explain to you. Do you remember why I said that, though?
You said it ain't no more Kool-Aid in there that's going to give you more Kool-Aid.
No, that's not what I said. I know.
Or it doesn't matter.
I know it's okay. Okay, I did say it doesn't matter, but do you know why?
All I know is that you
this is why people listen to this show, because we talk about Kool-Aid.
All I was doing is getting the extra. You know how you dump the Kool-Aid out? You get the water, you fill it back up, the little package, dump that in there, you put your sugar in. It's just the process.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe these people that's using the cans and their whole process has not been to scrape it out. It's just you dump out what's going to come out, and then you throw the can in the trash.
All right, so let's look at that. You said process. I love that word. That's how I think. So the process of making Kool-Aid. This is going to be fun. The process of making Kool-Aid. You grab the package. You grab your sugar. You grab your vessel that the Kool-Aid is going to be made in, and you first dump your Kool-Aid contents into the vessel, right?
Yes.
Right? And then you add your sugar.
No.
Or do you add your water first?
I add the contents of the Kool-Aid package to the vessel. Get the water. Rinse that out.
Rinse out the packet, then dump that into the vessel.
Then add the sugar.
Then add the sugar to the vessel. So you have all the dry in your vessel, and then you add water.
Yes. And
then you add your water and stir it up. Then what? Anything else after that?
Make sure that it's. And then I taste it.
You taste it.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. What if it doesn't taste right? What do you do?
I add whatever I need to
Whatever you need?
Whatever I need to make it taste better.
Which would be what? Let's hear that.
It could be anything.
Oh, really? So you add lemon zest to your Kool-Aid?
Sometimes I do. Sometimes
No.
I add some ginger ale,
What
some
do you-
Sprite,
no,
some
no.
lemon,
We're making Kool-Aid.
some
We're not.
lime.
See, you didn't broke the process. You're lying now because you know I'm about to get you.
You ain't about to get me. It's no different.
No.
So you think the sauce tastes different?
No, what I'm asking you is after you put everything in there and put the water in and you stir it up, you taste that Kool-Aid and that Kool-Aid doesn't taste right.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody does this. They taste their Kool-Aid to see if it tastes right. And if it doesn't taste right, it's usually because it's not what?
Sweet enough.
There we go.
Or too sweet.
Or too sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or sometimes too tart.
Which is not sweet enough. It's the same as not sweet enough. All right. So with that said, if it's not sweet enough, what do? You add more what?
Sugar.
More sugar.
Or sweetener.
Or sweetener. Okay. Do you ever add more Kool-Aid?
What difference does that
yes
make?
Or no?
Sometimes.
Do you ever add more Kool-Aid?
Sometimes.
Sometimes what?
Sometimes.
So you telling me you go grab a second package of Kool-Aid?
Yes.
And you straight up lying. You straight up lying.
Nope. Mm-mm.
You straight up lying. This bald-faced lie.
It doesn't matter.
You know what? I think Joe Caskill, Joe T here in the chat, he's got it right though. Not enough vodka or moonshine.
Exactly. We're gonna put whatever we need to put in there to make it taste better.
About. Thank you. But no, I always gave you grief on that because people are adding sugar to make it taste right because it's never sweet enough on that first run. Never. Mm-hmm. So you add more sugar. You're never adding more Kool-Aid to the mix. Never. So why are you taking the time to rinse out that little 3-inch, 4-inch package of dry contents that's tart and sour? Why are you rinsing that out? You already don't even want it in there. You want more sugar. So what's the point?
It's the process.
Yeah, your process is broken. On the other hand,
you can't say that it's broken. It does not affect you or anybody else if I or anybody else wants to rinse out the Kool-Aid packet and put that water in there. It's not bothering nobody.
I'm just saying it is wasted steps. It's when all you need to do, all you're doing is add.
Such thing.
You're adding more calories in the end. I mean, not calories. You're adding more sugar in the end. You're not adding more Kool-Aid. You don't know. Nobody. All right. Everybody listening to this show, shoot an email to podcast@antpruitt.com. If you add more Kool-Aid to your Kool-Aid instead of adding more sugar, please let us know. And I'm probably going to call you a bald-faced lie too. But I want to hear it. My Kool-Aid is tart. The show title. That's for real though. But nah, that's all I'm saying. The process is different when you're in the food environment like the restaurants and they're making that sauce. They could get more sauce in there, or
can add more water.
They can add. You're not trying to add a bunch of water to your sauce. You're trying to make sauce. They're trying to make sauce. They need a base. Mm-hmm. In this Kool-Aid, your base is sugar, not the daggum pack. That pack is literally just color. That's all it is.
Tomatoes.
No, we're not talking about those. We're talking about Kool-Aid. Oh, gosh, I swear. This is everyday people doing everyday shit. I am Aunt Pruitt over here.
I'm having a hot flash now.
She is Phoebe Pruitt over there having a hot flash. Thank y'all for hanging out with us. Thank you for hitting like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. We are going to pause 1 quick second for a quick break. Y'all stay right there. We'll be right back. And we are back. Thank y'all for being here. Everyday people doing everyday shit. antpruitt.com/podcast. So I brought up the stuff about the jacket. Other things I wanted to talk about, similar to the jacket, was just the whole idea of orientation and so forth. When you start the new gigs, most people do some level of orientation. They sit you in a room and make you look at all of this is your chain of command, and this is, what'll happen if you don't show up on time. Everybody has some level of orientation. Mm-hmm. For me, my orientation has been more so about just the training process. And then you have those compliance videos that you have to watch for information security and sexual harassment and workplace violence and all of that good stuff. And I've seen so many of these daggum things. And in California, they've been recycled because California makes you do state mandated ones. And so I've seen them all. And I recognize the actors when they pop up. I know the scene before they even play it, so I'm just sort of laughing at it and like, just ho hum. Let me just deal with this crap. And some of it I hadn't seen, and it was hilarious how bad the acting was in them.
Oh, it's horrible.
From the aspect of talking about workplace harassment. And each video module, it had a little thumbnail. It looks like you're looking at a YouTube page or something. So it had a thumbnail of what this video was going to be about. The first video was about tardiness. So it'd have a picture of someone rushing into work, stuff like that. Or it would say violence. So, it just have a thumbnail that fits the scene. Mm-hmm. So this thing here, let me switch my screen here. I got to pop over here like this. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, because I'm in the wrong screen there. There it is. Open that up. Hit screen share. This screen right here. The thumbnail is titled Verbal Harassment. And for those that are listening and not watching, the thumbnail is titled Verbal Harassment, and it's a picture of this bald black dude with the gray beard / Van Dyke goatee, with the look on his face, saying, it almost looked like he's saying, "I wish a mother would." So I saw that, and I immediately snapped a picture of it and sent it into Patreon because I'm laughing my ass off when I see this. Why in the heck did they decide to put this thumbnail of verbal harassment in the old brother in the office? Because
unbelievable.
Because as I mentioned in Patreon, I know whenever there's an old black dude in the office space, he done cuss somebody out. And it's it just happens, But come to find out,
he don't look like he that old though.
Come to find out,
damn biscuit.
The verbal harassment stuff, it wasn't even for him. It wasn't even about him. He was being harassed because he was being they were making fun of him being older. But
look at you.
But so I totally prejudged it. And I was like, oh, I did.
Yeah, you did.
They got the brother in here looking like he's gonna yell at somebody. I used to be called the large angry black man, and I actually liked it. I liked it because it kept people honest. Another thing I wanted to talk about was Halloween. Halloween was an interesting day. I totally forgot about Halloween. You clearly did not forget about Halloween.
Look at you. Did you get it? Of course you get a picture after my costume is off of my face because I done had food to eat. You didn't get a good photo. Lame. He gonna sneak a photo and didn't even get a good one with my whole costume is on.
I'm laughing so hard at that photo. Because prior to the picture is you taking a picture of yourself, taking a selfie or whatever. That's what my picture is. Mm-hmm. But
and I got a video of me. It was actually a video, and I was saying, I was talking to myself, and they're like, "You don't even have on lipstick anymore. You just ate all your lipstick off." I remember talking to myself at that moment.
But see, what I remember, is you pulling out the phone to try to take the picture, and you're wiping. You got the phone like this. You got the phone ready to do your thing. Pull up the camera. And you got your little shirt and you wiping off the camera lens.
Because I want to make sure it's clear.
And trying to line it up. And then you're trying to line it up and then you wipe off the camera lens again.
I wanted to make sure that it's clear and not any residue.
That wasn't it. Nope, that wasn't it.
Yeah, I know. You think I can't see.
No, you said it. You like it's blurry. She's like, it's blurry.
Oh my goodness.
Her crazy ass does not have her glasses on. So she's trying to look at the screen and the screen is blurry.
Is that what you asked me if I remembered it? I was like, what am I supposed to remember? I remember playing pool and nobody won.
Oh gosh, man. And so
thank you, Miss Mary.
I'm in Patreon telling everybody about this stuff, right? And so I get over there and I was like, man, she's over here, she can't see and wiping the phone like it's like that's causing the phone to be blurry. Malika Brown in Patreon says, all right, Velma. Remember Velma from Scooby-Doo?
Yeah,
because she couldn't
see at all. No, she couldn't. And then when she had her glasses on, it was just a dot.
Oh gosh, that was so funny. But I did get a video of us goofing off,
trying to play pool.
Look at that!
Oh,
face.
That looks scary right there. That man, looks like Joker's sister.
that right there, folks.
That look like some crazy woman. Oh wow, that angle. It's all about the angle. Tell you the angle and the light. Woo wee.
Oh gosh, yeah, that was fun. Yeah, I shared that only in Patreon. I didn't put that out in public yet. So Patreon members, thank y'all for being there. Halloween was pretty interesting.
He said I might quit playing pool. It was just us. I can't say it's a dive bar.
No, it's not a dive bar. That's not. That's not a dive bar. That one
like it has to be something like I don't know. It's not like a bar. I could say neighborhood bar.
No, it's just a neighborhood bar. That's all it is. It's
quaint.
Yeah. Mary Stafford, good to see you in there.
Yes,
she says,
good to see
that's
you.
quite a makeup job. Nice. John says Dave Chappelle skit of him in the corporate office when keeping it real goes wrong. Yeah, that's yeah. Yeah, I've had those moments up close here recently. One more thing I want to get into, but before we do that, we're going to pause one more time for 10 seconds. We'll be right back after this. And we are back. Last thing I wanted to touch on was another video that I watched. Not this one of you. Not that one. But Gary Owen is a comedian that I have enjoyed over the years. And he'll say it himself. He's black famous. He's a white guy.
He is black famous.
But he is black famous and he owns it and is working well for him. Okay. But this particular bit, it made me think back because we've talked about stereotypes and stuff like that. And it's always funny because of how true it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I just want to play a few minutes of that, and because it sort of reminds me of something that I've gone through. So let's see. My audio should be there.
Now, so we went to Avis when we landed to get a rent-a-car, and when we got to Avis, it was two white ladies and one black lady working at Avis. So we get in line, and literally I waited for the black lady's counter to open up at Avis. You know, like it was my turn to go. The white lady goes next. I go ahead, man. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm gonna wait. Go ahead.
Now, the premise of this video is he's saying whenever he's going out in public, black folks, they hook him up. Whenever he's at whatever restaurant, whatever place of customer service.
Because they recognize
And if
him.
black folks recognize him,
Yeah.
they hook him up, you know. And he likes being black famous. So
As
he
soon as that
waited in
black
line.
lady's counter opened up, I was walking up like, come on, please recognize me. Please recognize me. So I got there. She knew where I was. She goes, oh, hey, Gary. What you doing in town? You back home for a couple days? Yeah, no, I got a show. I'm filming my Showtime special out here. Oh, okay. I might have to check that out. Okay. Well, let me see. We got you in real quick.
The mannerisms.
What the fuck? Economy? I can't have you ride around my city in that bullshit. I don't know what the fuck she starts typing. All I know, we got an Escalade for $34 right now.
I love that. It's so funny, man. It reminded me, and there's two things on this. Flying, my first ever time on an airplane was when I was working and flying down to Florida for my job. You know, I'm a grown ass man. That was my very first time on an airplane. And then, but after that, it was a regular basis.
Yeah.
I was flying all the time. And Cindy, our friend, used to joke about that pretty regularly. She's like, you'd never been on an airplane and now you're always on a plane. And thank you, Cindy. I love you. But anyway, this video reminded me of how when I would go down to that particular office and get my rental car at an Avis, the people would recognize me. And I always ended up in like a 300 or some really, really nice, nice car.
It's regular.
And I pulled up. I remember pulling up to the office in my rental car, air quote, rental car. And my boss was there. And he's like, wait a minute, where'd this come from? And I said, well, Avis, you know, that's who I go with. And he's like, they don't never get me that like that. So, and then another time he and we had to go back together. And yeah, we had to go back together. And I ended up meeting him in Charlotte. And we go to the rental car thing.
You got a better car.
And well, I didn't have to get a car because I was at home, but I was just there with them. And we in the line and get up to the desk or whatever, and they literally give him this I don't know, this tennis shoe of a car. I can't even remember what it was. And I said, dude, you're better than
Maybe he did
you're better than this.
He didn't care.
No, that was what the budget was. With our corporate agreement with them, the budget was one of these tiny ass cars.
He didn't smile.
I never had that problem.
He didn't smile right.
But he would get angry every time I'd come down there and show up in a nicer rental car. Just little simple, crazy pleasures like that. All right. Anything else before we get out of here, dear?
Absolutely not. I am thinking about my biofreeze. I'm going to go in here and spray myself up real good.
What is biofreeze for those that don't know?
It's a pain numbing, old people smelling. Supposed to help for pain relief. It just takes your mind off the pain by the smell.
That sounds like
But
weed.
I do like them salon paws, though. Those, I think that really helps my lower back, but I'm out of them. And I did not leave here today.
Oh, that's right. Today is Wednesday, folks. So
And I was able to enjoy my day today. Nobody's sitting on the couch. And I'm waiting for them to get their ass out of here. Like, you going out of here today. And I enjoyed my day. I painted and watched TV and cleaned out the little outhouse. Not outhouse.
Outhouse, really?
Not outhouse. Not the outhouse, but the little storage house thingy room out there because of the Halloween decorations. So I was moving stuff in, moving it out.
Wow.
I did
You were being like
Then
all
I
kind of
did
productive
laundry.
and stuff.
And I did laundry. So yeah.
Wow.
Got
Productive
the dog
and the
to
peace.
the vet yesterday. He's all good.
Mm-hmm. Now you're ready to call it a night.
I am. I'm sleepy.
Okay. Well,
Past my bedtime. And this angle is not working out. We're going to have to come up with a different angle.
how about you
And
sit?
then I want to lose some
How about
weight,
you sit
too.
up? You slouching over there?
I'm comfortable.
I can't make this stuff up, y'all. All right. Thank y'all for being here. Appreciate all the
Thank
love and
y'all
support.
for
Thank you
being
for
here.
everybody being in the Patreon community too and supporting us that way. As I said before, those in Patreon, when you get the show, you get the raw dog version. You get it unedited without the ads and stuff. Yeah, that's just a joke.
Some extra.
Yeah. You get all of the, you don't get none of the editing. You get all of the breaks in there and biscuit farting on the mic and all of that good stuff.
He is having a hard time this evening.
And no ads. So thank you for that. Check us out each and every Wednesday on whatever podcast app you enjoy. Just go to antpruitt.com/podcast if you'd like to do that. Check out the show notes there. I do try to put the stories. If we talk about stories, I do try to put them in there so you can reference them and check them out for yourself. Be sure to tell at least one person you know and have them listen to the show. Send it to them. Tell them to listen to it. And even if it's an enemy, you can send it to them too, just to make their day a little bit worse. I don't care. Just share the show. Help us get to 5K on YouTube. I'd appreciate that. We'll be here next week. Getting close to holiday season, so things might get a little interesting scheduling wise here, but we'll keep you posted on that. Oh, speaking of holiday season, I told the folks at Adam I would mention this. Adams.com, Adams Shoes, the shoes I've spoken about before. They have a promo coming up, getting ready for Black Friday, and I think right now they're doing a 20% off promo. Go to antpruitt.com/Adams or go to Adams.com. Either way, just let them know that you got them from me, and they'll give us $2 here or there, something like that. It's tiny commission, but they do have a promo going, as long as they know that I sent you. And yeah, stay tuned for Black Friday too, because I think they're going to do some more stuff. I don't know if they got new shoes coming out or what have you, but it's the holiday season. Everybody does weird, crazy stuff during the holidays, except for camera manufacturers. There's never any deals on Black Fridays for cameras, never, or lenses, because I still want a 400mm lens to replace my old one. But I don't have $6,000. I don't. But I have seen some used ones for $4,000. I'm really thinking. I'm really thinking about those. Oh, it would make my job so much easier. Anyway, thank y'all, everybody. We shall see y'all next time on whatever podcast app you use. Deuces.
Good night.